Hey friends, so today it's my day off and I had planned to film like 5 videos and have at least like 2 or 3 edited and posted, and then I woke up this morning at my friend's house and I got my period and I'm just so crampy and I have uh, I have no motivation whatsoever to make the videos that I did, because some of them, like this one video was like a funny one, at least to me it was funny, and like just laughing, I'm like but honestly I'm feeling a lot better now, because I just this smoothie used to be up to here and I drank it all, and I didn't drink it all, but I drank most of it, and now I have just this left. And my cramps were like super bad. Like I slept over at a friend. Right when I woke up, I left because my cramps were like, I was like, hell no, I can't take this. Like, so I came home and I made a huge smoothie, and I'm just trying to eat a lot of fruit today and drink a lot of water and keep it low fat so that it won't make my cramps worse, because I find like when I eat a lot of fat, my cramps hurt more, and I've heard that from somewhere. I can't give you the specifics of it, but honestly, for any girls who are like having mad cramps and maybe you don't have Midol, or maybe you don't want to take Midol, or maybe you don't want to take any kind of like drug from the store to help the pain go away, then honestly fruit the frick up, because this has made me feel so much better. My cramps are pretty subsided right now, but with this being said, I'm drinking a freezing cold smoothie, so I'm super cold and I'm just like tucked in bed right now. And I've just been honestly watching YouTube videos this whole time, so I was like, okay, well, I should probably make a video, even if it's like one where I'm just sitting down and talking, because I had a list of videos that I wanted to do today. I'm gonna do one right now because I feel like I'm a little chilled out, my energy levels are a little bit down there. That's okay, because I had some things I wanted to talk about, and it's not like one topic in specific, but mainly kind of 5 realizations I've had over the last 5 years, and I wanted to share them with you. So let's get into it after I take a sip of this. I also want to pause. 5 realizations I've had in 5 years, and these are also some things that I wish I would have known in high school. Number 1, people's opinions literally mean nothing. Now, some people may already know this, some people may already know that, you know, what other people say about you or think about you, it doesn't really matter, because realistically it doesn't affect you. But me, and I'm sure with a lot of other people, I used to be one of those people who really let other people's opinions affect me in the way that I dressed, I acted, the things that I did. I just wasn't myself because I didn't think that anyone would really like accept me. I remember I used to not laugh around guys like to my full potential, because I was like, oh my god, my laugh is so like obnoxious and loud, and yeah, it probably is, but like I don't care at this point. But I remember that I used to never want to laugh around guys because I didn't want them to like think I was like weird. And I remember in high school I would see this one girl, she always stood out to me because the things that she wore were so funky, and I was like, oh my god, I love the way she dresses, I wish I could dress like that. And I let myself stay in like this wishing and hoping mindset of I wish I could dress like that, but I'm too scared because of what other people may think. Maybe people think, well, I'll look weird or this and that. And now I'm like, screw that, like I wear whatever I want, and it's taken a few years and that's okay, but I wish I really would have known that realistically the things that people have to think about you that aren't helping you or benefiting you or like giving love to you, like they're not going to affect you in any way. They're not going to change anything about you. They only affect you if you allow them to affect you. And I'm just so glad that I've like realized like what people say and think, like it's there and gone, you know what I mean? Like, who cares what they think? Do what you want to do, say what you want to say, you know, be kind always, but like at the same time, don't hold yourself back because you're afraid what other people might think of you. It's such a waste of your time. Like, we're only on this planet in this lifetime for like X amount of years, and it flies by, so don't get too caught up in it. Number 2, you can have the life that you want. You can do what you want to do. You don't have to work at this crappy job that you don't care about, that you feel you're not really benefiting from whatsoever. I feel like I was really stuck in the mindset of like, okay, I need to go to school and get a job, blah 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 blah, and like do something that like I really don't care about, and I'm gonna have to work like this job that's not really making me feel like I'm loving what I'm doing with my life. And you know, just all of this crap around the majority of people that, you know, are in this world that try to tell you that you can't do what you love for a living. You know, only the lucky ones can, only the lucky people can do what they love and not have to work hard and go to a job that they hate, and you know, just not enjoy life, and then try to escape it on the weekends by like drinking and doing drugs because you just hate your day-to-day so much. Like, life doesn't have to be like that. Life can be whatever you want it to be, if you want it to be. It's as simple as that. If you want it, get it. If you want it and you don't think you can have it, ditch that doubt, ditch that fear, because when you have that kind of mindset and you're like, I want this and this, but I'm not gonna get it, like, you're never gonna get it. You have to believe in yourself. So believe in yourself. You're so much more powerful than you think. 3, and this one is such a big one. Counting chemicals instead of counting calories. I'm going to be making a separate video on my story with my struggles with bulimia and my eating disorder and my recovery and everything that came from that. I'm not going to go into depth in this video because this video is probably going to be too long anyways on its own. But I feel like I used to be, especially in high school, really fixed on always counting calories, always counting calories. Oh, I can't have too many, I can't, you know, this and that, instead of actually looking at what was in my food. I looked at the number, I didn't look at the ingredients, when that's what matters. What matters is what's going into your body. You know, like, calories are good in the sense to count them to make sure you're getting enough, but at the same time also reading into what is in your food. I feel like I see so many people, and I used to be one of these people, who always counted my calories and this and that, but neglected to realize what was actually in the food, what was actually going into my body, because our bodies are like these machines, and if you're putting stuff that is just so chemically induced into your body, it's because the consequences aren't instantaneous. For example, when you smoke a cigarette, you're not going to get cancer that second. It's going to take some time. You're going to smoke a lot of cigarettes and it's going to take some time. I feel like so much food these days, so many things that we consider food, are just so pumped full of chemicals, and it's so gross. Like, it's so gross. It's interesting how we'll never second guess to eat things where we can't even pronounce the ingredients, but people like look down at vegetables and fruits. They're like, ugh, but no, I want like chips and deep fry this and blah blah blah. And like, nothing wrong with like chips and like stuff like that, like in moderation, I guess, but like, I don't know, just count your chemicals, don't count your calories. If you're counting calories, just make sure you're counting them so that you're getting enough, not that you're limiting yourself. Never ever calorie restrict, okay? Ever. Never. Blah, 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 blah. 4, how much potential you really have. You, right now watching this, wherever you are, yes, you as an individual, you are so powerful. You have the power to do anything you want. Seriously, you can unlock these powers within you that you never knew you had by just knowing that you have them and just believing that you can do absolutely anything you set your mind to. I used to think I was so powerless, you know, I'm just this little girl in a big world and I don't really have the power to do anything. I'm not going to be able to manifest the life that I want and be able to manifest the things into my life that I want. I'm never going to amount to anything or be this and that and blah blah blah. Oh, honey, sweetie, if you're watching this and you've ever have felt like that, please let that go. You are so powerful as an individual light being. You came to this planet for a reason, okay? Even if you don't know what the heck it is and you're kind of just floating through space doing your thing, that's okay. It's all good. You don't really need to know what you're doing. Just do it. Just do you, be you, and know that you can do absolutely anything you set your mind to. 5, and this is so important. It's something that I'm so glad that I've come to realize at this age, because some people go through their whole lives feeling this way, and it's that you don't need a significant other in your life to make you happy. I feel like I always used to always want that attention from another. You know, I was never like, I never really wanted attention all the time, but having a guy in my life or having someone in my life that was, you know, a thing. Like, I feel like since high school, I went for like 4 or 5 years straight where I was never not talking to someone, you know what I mean? It's not that I was necessarily in a relationship, but I was at least talking to guys or like hooking up with guys or like mainly always having a body in my life in that sense, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but I feel like I see a lot of people that feel like they can't be happy. They're not happy with life unless they're with someone, and when they're not with someone, if they're not in a relationship or, you know, have a significant other, then they're so miserable and they're so sad and they wonder what's wrong with me, why doesn't anyone want me, why am I so lonely, so this and that, blah blah blah. And it's like, you can't have fun with yourself, you have to have someone else to do it, and that's not okay. If you feel like that, you really got to take a step back and say, why do I not like spending time with myself? Why do I not feel like I can be alone? Is it because of maybe your thoughts, you're scared to be alone with them? Is it because maybe you're really not on a path of self-love right now and you're trying to maybe distract yourself from feeling bad about certain things? Maybe it's yourself, maybe it's the life that you've created. Yes, the life that you have created. If you don't like it, we can change it. You can change it. It's okay. Don't worry, it's not permanent. Nothing's permanent. Everything's rapidly changing. And you can change that to be anything you want. But bottom line, what I'm trying to say is, you do not need someone in your life to complete you. You complete yourself. You just have to realize how amazing and unique you are and how literally no one on the planet is like you. You are the only you. There's no second copy. Sure, some of us may look alike. We may kind of maybe talk similar, do the same thing, have like minds, but there's no one out there that's like you. Like, no one. How cool is that? There's no one out there like me who thinks like me. Maybe people think similar to me, but no one will ever be identical to me, and no one will ever be identical to you. How cool is that? Spend time with yourself, get to know yourself, get to love yourself, get to find out things about yourself that maybe you would have never found out if you are if you're trying to constantly have someone in your life. You know, you just have to take that journey by yourself and really take some time and figure out the cool little things about you, you know, and just travel with yourself and go for walks with yourself and, you know, read, go to a movie by yourself, or just go into a forest and meditate, or go to yoga, or go for a bike ride, go for a run, color, do anything, do art. You need to become your own best friend, because if you don't, then you're always going to feel kind of incomplete, especially if you're going through points in your life where you don't have anyone, like maybe you don't have a best friend, or maybe you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or family. You got to learn to love yourself and love being by yourself. So that's my video for today. It wasn't too exciting. Those are just some things that I wanted to share, and I thought about them the other day. One more thing I want to say is, you attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. What do you want to attract? Be that. Just to give you a quick example. I was at a job not too long ago where I was smoking cigs. This was when I was vegan, but I didn't know cigarettes weren't vegan, and I just wasn't really about my health. But I wanted friends that were into health. I wanted friends that were into fitness, but I was smoking cigarettes and I was doing drugs, and it just didn't add up. And I didn't start attracting people into my life that I wanted to until I started being those things, until I started caring about my health, until I started putting time aside and meditating and doing yoga and, you know, writing positive affirmations and giving myself daily self-love. I'm also going to make a separate video on just like daily self-love tips, so I'm excited for that, and I hope you are too, because I'm sure and I hope that it will help, because these are things that have helped me along my journey. So I'm excited to share those with you. You gotta be what you want to attract. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm gonna finish this smoothie and cuddle in my bed, and yeah. A nice big smoothie for me and a smoothie for her. She really likes banana ice cream and smoothies and fruit. Sometimes she gets a little bit of a brain freeze, but it's okay, because she just goes under the bed and hibernates. Isn't that right, sweetie? Blah, 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 blah.